this is the final episode of our summer glow up meal prep series because summer is here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. If you missed any of the previous episodes, don't worry, you can always go back and watch them even throughout the summer. This is gonna help you stay on track, hit your protein goals, and just feel amazing this summer. Don't worry though, I'm probably gonna continue some meal preps throughout the summer, and I'll also throw in some other high protein meal ideas. Lots of good stuff coming your way. Honestly, it can feel like a full-time job trying to keep up with your health, with your fitness, with your home, with your kids, all that stuff. For me, I just find it helpful to have a couple of options in my fridge. It doesn't have to be like a full week's worth of meals to be helpful. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing a turkey taco salad. It has so much flavor. It doesn't take long to make it all, but it's just going to help me for the next few days when I'm running out the door, and it's packed with flavor. So you will not be sorry that it's made with turkey, I promise. And then my snack or breakfast option, I'm making a strawberry coconut overnight oats. I love overnight oats because they're really easy to make. They taste so good and they're the perfect pre or post-workout snack. So that's when I usually like to eat them, but you can have them for breakfast. So I'm making 2 servings of that, but you could always double the recipe and get 4 breakfasts. Okay, let's meal prep. So this week's meal prep is definitely on the simpler side. I'm only making 2 different recipes, but honestly, these recipes were perfect for me for this week. It's my kids' last week of school, so it is just one of those weeks where I have something every single day and I just feel like I don't have time to cook, but I'm really glad that I spent less than an hour making these recipes because it's really got me through this busy week. So just a reminder, I always include all of my recipes in the description below. So if you want to know exact measurements, if you want to know the macros for these recipes, how much protein, how many calories, that sort of thing, I also have included those details. I thought it would be really nice to add a creamy cilantro lime dressing to go with the taco salad. I thought those flavors would pair perfectly with the taco seasoning and all of the different spices. I often will put sour cream on my tacos, and I wanted to do a healthier substitute, so this dressing is the perfect swap for a creamy, higher fat dressing. So we've lessened the calories by using plain Greek yogurt, and I've upped the protein. And it's just packed with really nice fresh flavors like cilantro, fresh lime juice. Keep in mind this dressing is a little on the lighter side, so if you prefer a thicker, even creamier dressing, just reduce the lime juice and add a little bit more Greek yogurt.
I just taste it.
It's a little bit liquidy.
Again.
I think we could use a little more Greek yogurt maybe, but that's okay. Seal that up.
Mom.
So now that the dressing is done, I'm just going to set it aside and I'm going to work on the ground turkey taco veggie mixture. So the first thing I do is chop up my veggies. I have half of a red onion that I'm chopping finely, and I'm using only 1 bell pepper. I did take out 2, but I decided not to use them both because my pan was going to be a little bit overcrowded. So I chopped up 1 bell pepper. You can use any color that you like. I went with orange today just to give it some nice color. And I also minced 2 garlic cloves and set those aside. So now I'm just heating up a little bit of olive oil in a large pan, and I'm adding my ground turkey and just breaking it up. Now here's the key, you don't want to overcook your turkey, so when it's almost fully cooked, I then add my veggies and just let them soften a little bit. And this is a flavor boost. I always add tamari with my tacos. It just adds a little bit of a unique flavor and it just tastes really good. And then I have a good squirt of tomato paste just to help everything thicken up. You don't want this mixture to be too watery since we're putting it on lettuce and the lettuce can get soggy if it's sitting in the fridge for a little bit. So I'm adding 1 package of taco seasoning mix, making sure all of that liquid is just simmering down and getting a little bit thicker in the pan. And once everything's fully cooked and the veggies have softened, you're gonna set that aside until it fully cools. Now it's time to assemble the salad, and I picked up some pre-shredded iceberg lettuce. So I recommend buying some kind of pre-chopped lettuce mix. This was really convenient and handy. And then I have fresh cilantro. If you're not a cilantro fan, okay, you can skip this, but we can't be friends. I'm just kidding, sort of. So I'm just sprinkling the cilantro on top of the lettuce, and I'm also going to be adding some pickled jalapenos. I love me a little bit of spice, but if you're not a spicy girl, then you can just add whatever ingredients you enjoy, really. That's one of the wonderful things about salad bowls is you can just make it however you like it. I also have some canned corn, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a rinse to get rid of some of the extra sodium, and sprinkling a little bit of this over my salad as well. And I'm also going to be adding some black beans to my salad. I do love adding beans to my dishes because they're an amazing source of fiber and plant-based protein, especially for vegans. I'm not a vegan myself, but I like to add lots of different types of proteins to my dishes. Interesting story for you. Back in the day when I first got married, I had really bad acne. I got acne later in life, and I was trying everything and anything to cure my skin, but unfortunately nothing really worked except getting pregnant with my first baby, and then my hormones just kind of naturally balanced themselves out. But I went on a raw vegan diet for about 30 days, and I really did feel fantastic. My energy levels were really high, I felt really good, but it wasn't sustainable for me long term. But now that I've learned a little bit more about the importance of protein and how really, especially for women, it's really important to get enough protein in your diet. So now I really do feel like I'm eating the best diet for my lifestyle. I feel the best when I have lots of meat and animal-based protein. So that's just a little bit into my reasoning behind why I eat a high protein diet and what feels best for me. And I actually really enjoy trying different styles of eating. I enjoy trying a vegetarian diet, I enjoyed a keto diet, but all of these diets were truly that for me. It was just a diet, it was just a season of life. But the way that I eat now is really sustainable long term. I'm not excluding any food groups from my diet. I'm including everything that I love and enjoy, and just focusing on lots of healthy, nutrient-dense foods, especially lots of protein. Now that summer is here, it's strawberry season, and we actually live really close to a strawberry farm, so we can pick our own fresh strawberries whenever we want, and they are the most delicious strawberries on earth, I'm convinced. So today's overnight oats is going to feature this wonderful fruit, this candy from God, I like to call it, because it's just so sweet and yummy and adds so much flavor. So I am doubling this recipe because I wanted to make 2 portions of these overnight oats. And the way that I add a bunch of protein is adding a whey isolate protein powder in with the oats. I also add a little bit of chia seed, and to give it even more protein, I'm going to add some plain Greek yogurt as well. Strawberries and coconut just go together so perfectly, I think. So that's why I'm adding in some shredded coconut. And you can also add some on top of your overnight oats when you're serving it if you like to keep your coconut a little bit crunchier instead of, I don't know, kind of soggy. I think what inspired this dish for me was we went to a butter tart festival about a week ago, and basically all of the butter tart bakeries compete to make the world's best butter tart, and you get to wander around and the place is just packed full of people, and there's just butter tarts everywhere. It is unreal. It is the best festival I've ever been to. But I think I might have gained like 20 pounds in one day, if that's even possible. Anyways, one of the butter tarts we found were strawberry coconut butter tarts, and they were so yummy. I just love when you took a bite of it, you could see all of the coconut inside, and the strawberry jelly was just perfect. So that kind of gave me the inspiration to make this overnight oat recipe today. But obviously I am not making it quite as sweet or dense as a butter tart. But don't get the wrong impression, this is definitely not meant to be a butter tart recipe. It's definitely a healthy overnight oat recipe that is going to just help you start your day off on the right foot if you choose to have it for breakfast, or if you just need a quick snack before running out the door, or sometimes I'll just take a few bites of this if I'm a little bit hungry before a workout, or even after a workout. It just has a great amount of protein, the perfect amount of quick carbs that your body can just soak up and use as fuel and energy to repair your muscles. Make sure you leave me a comment below and let me know what recipe has been your favorite so far from this whole meal prep series. And I'm so glad I'm not the only mom out there eating a high protein diet. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to continuing this journey.